Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we're looking at Transformers, Reactivate, Starscream and Bumblebee. And we've got the plastic window boxing. We've got beautiful art on either side, and as we turn it around very carefully, he says we have more beautiful art than on the back. We have Bumblebee changes in 20 steps. We've got Starscream that changes in 25 steps, and then down there you've got some scenes from the game. And Splash Damage, I think, is the license holder for this game. I could be completely wrong, but that's how I've understood it. And then on that side, more beautiful artwork of Starscream. So I'm going to get these figures out. We can have a closer look at them. Okay, so let's look at Bumblebee. So I'm looking at Bumblebee first. I feel like Bumblebee's probably the worst of the two figures. I don't know what it is. I feel like this is just a remold of the Soundwave body. And I feel like the head it's got like this sort of neck, and it feels a bit out of touch. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Soundwave's, I think, was a bit more, maybe a little bit too close to the body, etc. So he just feels a little bit big to what I guess I'm looking for in my Bumblebee. You know, he certainly is a bigger bot. He's a deluxe bot compared to smaller bots. And yeah, okay, in the game, this is probably what he's actually like. But I guess from my perspective and what I'm used to, it's too big a Bumblebee. I guess that's the only way I can put it. But it's definitely, the neck is the biggest annoyance with this figure. I don't know why. It's just really irritating. Other than that, you've got an Autobot sign that isn't, I feel like it isn't very clear in there, you know, because it hasn't got the gaps, etc. So it's not defined, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. You know, the bump is very nice, and there's obviously some nice details. It's got this sort of mustard color going on. Other parts I feel are a little bit more compact compared to Soundwave. For example, the wheels go in here, so it may, you know, I feel like it's a similar mold, but maybe I'm completely off the bat, etc. You know, I could be completely wrong. I like how these bits just stick behind, but once again, you can see how the neck sort of protrudes, etc. You know, but other than that, I'm really sorry. I just keep knocking my camera. He does have a nice little head sculpt there. You know, it is kind of cool. And then the best feature, which are these little guns. Look at these little guns. These are so cool. I love little guns like this that you can just hold in your hand. It just reminds me of a day where perhaps I would have been playing Halo, and I just used to like when he used to hold the handheld gun. I don't know why. It's a bit weird, right? But I just used to like it. And you can put these on it, so you definitely get a sort of a prow vibe in terms of having that on there, like so. And you can move them up like that, which is, you know, definitely decent. So you can get them in a decent thing. I think that's quite cool. He just walks around and shoots people if he wants. So articulation, the head can go all the way around. I'll probably knock off a gun in a minute. Nice movement, because you've got this nice big neck up and down. You can lift the arm like that. You are restricted by this. It sort of moves with it, you know, so it's not too bad. You can't take it all the way around, but you got this piece, so if you move this piece, you can get this all the way around. Usual single there, no movement on the hand. I feel like what he's missing is a blade. I don't know, I feel like I'm used to Bumblebee having like blades on his forearms, etc. So the biggest disappointment is there is no waist movement at all. You can't do the whole splits. Got swivel there. He's got a single there. Yeah, nothing really lower. Got a little up C, down Z, righty, lefty, whatever you want to call it. Whatever I'm doing here, this is moving on a ball joint in there somewhere. So yeah, so from that perspective, he is pretty cool. But this is probably the weaker of the two packs, because Optimus Prime was phenomenal. Now you would hope that Starscream would also be phenomenal, but I don't know what it is. Once again, it feels like a little bit of a, maybe it's colors. I just can't put my finger on things there. What I'm trying to say, in my opinion, you know. And remember, these are my personal opinions, so you know my opinion is probably different to yours. You may love this figure, for example, but Off the bat, first of all, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because he's quite a top-heavy figure, but it's been a long time since I've had a figure struggle to stand up, and he just wants to drop back. You can see that there. He just wants to drop back quite often. I do like the fact that one side is sort of, it's got a red going on, and then this side's got sort of like a gray going on, etc. Even like the wings. See, this wing's got the classic colors, and then this has got a sort of gray color. I'm not sure what the idea about that was, but I feel like that is very cool. I love the fans in there, you know, and you got the cockpit, you've got these pieces. They are on the separate piece in part of the wing section, but they sit nice and give you a sort of a G1 feel with this figure. Maybe it's the guns. I don't know what I'm talking about today. I'm just talking about crap. So you got the guns that can either go on the arm, which is where most people think about Seekers. I always think about that. Otherwise, you got this great big hole here. Or you can put that in the hands like so, if you like. You can do that. That looks just as cool like that as well. So, maybe it's because they're big, you know, rather than small little fin guns, you know. But, you know, that's a nice little gun there. So I do like that. And then down here, once again, nice detail all the way through. Really great detail. And then you got these pieces here. I'd be worried about these pieces and perhaps these pieces here, because, you know, they're probably the weakest off the structure, so to speak. Now, you can obviously put these on here, and I guess that will come more apparent when we transform Starscream as well. I love the fact that there are no gaps, really. I mean, you got lots of pins, but no real gaps. So I think they've done an incredible job on that. And maybe the figure's starting to grow on me. I started off thinking, oh my goodness, why did I buy this? But, you know, well, I know why I brought this, because I wanted to review it. So it can go round and up and down. Arm can go up like so and down like so. The wings can go in like that if you like. So you can get the arms all the way around. This piece does move with the arm. You have a single there, no movement on the hand, which is normal. You do have a swivel on the waist, which can go all the way around. You've got these little pieces here, so you can do the... I feel like that's almost the splits, not quite the splits. And they do move with the figure as well, so you just move that back in place. You get a swivel on the thigh. You've got push up like that. And then the feet, which is probably the worst piece of it all. Left, right, up and down like so. All very good stuff. So there is Starscream and Bumblebee in their robot mode. So let me just show them in terms of together, just like the height difference, so you can see, you know, this will probably be deemed a leader class these days, and this is, well, I would think it would still be a deluxe, you know, but they do keep redefining things as they see fit to suit how much they want to sell these figures for. But other than that, they look great together. Okay, so I don't know what's wrong with me, but I keep going rogue. I used to religiously read the instructions and transform very carefully, but lately I just seem to just get going on with it. Maybe I've grown in confidence. I mean, have been transforming Transformers for many years now. So Bumblebee, yeah, it wasn't the easiest transformation, considering it's the smallest, but I think I've sort of got it there. It may not be exact, but I think I've got it to a point where actually it looks like it is a sort of buggy that can drive on, uneasy terrains. That's the word I'm going to use. So you can put the guns on the front, which I think is quite cool, and I think actually works really well for this figure, because it does look like it would just be flying around, blasting, and then moving off, etc. Got some nice little detail around the sort of cockpit, etc. It's not a cockpit, it's a car, for goodness sake. And a nice engine at the back, which has an Autobots on it, which seems a bit random and a bit, yeah, a bit weird. And it does roll on there quite nicely. So from that perspective, they've done the job. The legs, the head and the arms pretty much take the inside piece, which is generally quite a normal thing to do. With these figures, I feel like maybe they overcomplicated them, perhaps. Starscream was probably the easiest one, and probably the usual, not complete same, but similar to what we've seen in the past in terms of Starscreams and transforming them. They either the arms go inside the body or the arms go at the side. Now the chest cavity wasn't the biggest chest cavity, so I think that's why they decided not to use it. But you will see that there is a gaping hole in there. But the jet does look certainly fantastic. You know, once again, we got the variation of covers in terms of the gray and the sort of classic look. But yeah, that certainly does look great. This bit sort of pops down, which I found kind of weird. I felt like it should have been flush, but actually that doesn't look that bad. That looks very cool like that. And then just taking it around to the back, so the legs move up, which is normal, rather than collapsing on themselves. And then this is the gap that I'm talking about. But you can't, I don't think they could have achieved getting the arms in it, because the arms are not sort of the standard side arms that would fold in on themselves, etc. But then you've got this, once again, you've got these beautiful pieces that have come off the legs to create this sort of the jet piece on the back. So, you know, in fact, it's probably superior to what we've had before, because usually you just end up with the feet sort of collapsed and that's about it. But they found a way to achieve that. So I think they've done an amazing job with the Starscream Aut mode in particular, etc. No wheel on the front, which you know, not the end of the world, because it sits very nicely because of the way that they've structured this. It does sit up higher up, and you can see I can get my finger underneath there, showing that there is a gap, and it is pretty nice. And just the size difference in terms of them is great. So yeah, I think they've done a damn good job with this figure. So very, very satisfied with it. And yeah, wasn't, once again, I mean, I end up with lots of different opinions about these figures. You know, I wasn't remotely interested, and I saw Prime and I thought, well, you can't do one set and not do the other, so I brought both sets. And you know, whilst robot mode isn't particularly good, this one still is particularly good, and there was things that I didn't like about it, but I couldn't really explain it. So, you know, I'm a bit undecisive, but I still think, you know, that, you know, just looking at this jet, I just think that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. And even Bumblebee's all right in the background, etc. You know, it's the same with the Optimus and Soundwave. The Starscream figure, although not on the same par as Optimus Prime, it still is a decent enough figure to counteract and justify perhaps the spend on these two figures. So anyway, if you like my video, please do support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.